YTBC, what's the deal? So I got a chance to watch the fight this morning. Joseph Parker, TKO Kali Meehan. Yes, that Kali Meehan, the 45-year-old. Some of you probably best remember him from his fight he had in 2004 when he lost to Layman Brewster. A fight that was really close. It was after Brewster had won the title from Vladimir Klitschko. And then some of you may remember him from his 2007 win against DeVarl Williamson. But really, the last time he was really relevant, he had a title eliminator in 2010 against Ruslan Chagayev. And I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't even know Kali Meehan was still fighting. I actually checked the box rec rankings, and they have Meehan rated number 27. He's actually higher rated than Andy Ruiz Jr., Gerald Washington, Robert Helenius, Marius Watch, Johan Duhapis, and Dominic Brazil. He's actually rated higher than those guys on BoxRec. And you know, BoxRec goes by a point system, so I think they're giving him a lot of credit for guys who he fought in the past. Kind of like how they're doing it to Antonio Tarver. As far as the fight's concerned, man, I was going to do a prediction video for this, but didn't feel the need to. I knew Parker would get him out of there within the first few rounds, which he did. The hand speed was too much. The power was too much. It was just too much for Meehan. You know, he's 45 years old, man. He looked every bit of it. You know, his last, he had a 4-fight winning streak coming into this fight. You know, he's beating the Michael Sprats of the world and some guy named Hunter Sam and Sham Cameroon and Bryce Coe. Before those 4 wins, his last loss was to a 2012 version of Travis Walker. And we know, 2012 version of Travis Walker is way past what he used to be. And more ironically is after Walker beat Meehan, he went on to lose 7 straight fights after that. Now, mind you, they were against guys like Mike Perez and Marius Watch and Gerald Washington and Lucas Brown. But he lost 7 straight. So, I tried to watch some Kali Meehan to catch up with him to see, how he's been in the last few years because I didn't know he was still fighting. And I knew he was going to get blown out. Just too slow. Reflexes aren't there. The hand, he was known for his right hand back in the day, but he couldn't, really even get it off. And when he did, there was not much on it. There was no snap on it. Parker he didn't surprise me, but he impressed me in this fight because he was able to set up all of his shots. He didn't go out there and just go crazy. He was aware of Meehan's right hand, and he did know there was a possibility of it landing. So he pretty much took that away from Meehan, and once he took that away, he was setting up his own shots. He was using his jab. He wasn't wild. He would change velocity on his punches. He wasn't just punching one way. He was mixing it up. He was placing shots. He pretty much did what he had to do against a guy that's, 22 years older than him. And the thing about Joseph Parker, he is a young up-and-comer. He's like Anthony Joshua. These guys are young. A lot of these guys who are up-and-coming, they're old guys. They're in their 30s, like the fight we had a couple days ago against Amir Mansour and Gerald Washington. Amir Mansour is 43, although he's not your typical 43-year-old. Not saying that. But he's 43 and Gerald Washington is 33. And those guys are looked at as up-and-coming guys as far as moving up the ranks. And Parker is a real young guy. He's 23 years old, and I like that. And that sticks out to me because he has a lot to learn still. But he improved to 16-0 with 14 KOs. BoxRec has him rated number 18. FightNews.com actually has him in their top 15. They have him 15th. They have him 15th overall with all the heavyweights. Now, sanctioning bodies, they have him. He's rated number 6 by the WBO. The IBF, he is not ranked. The WBA, Joseph Parker is rated number 13. And the WBC has Joseph Parker rated number 14. So I think he'll stay moving up the ranks of the WBO since he's already rated number 6. Number 5 is Alexander Povetkin. Number 4 is Tsar Glaskov. Number 3 is Anthony Joshua. Number 2 is Charles Martin. Number 1 is Tyson Fury. And we all know the WBO champion is Vladimir Klitschko. We know Fury's going to fight Klitschko. Then you have Charles Martin, number 2. I would like to see him fight Charles Martin. I know this fight's not going to happen, not soon at least. And I noticed something on when I went to BoxRec and I looked at Joseph Parker. They say he resides in Las Vegas. So I don't know if he's coming to America soon, but I hope he does because those were all the big fights we're going to be at. So I hope he does come over here. It says that's where he resides. They say he lives in New Zealand, but he resides Las Vegas. So hopefully he's coming over here soon. I seen before the fight with Meehan even happened, he had a fight already scheduled for December. So they knew this was going to be a quick tune-up fight. And I predicted this a while ago that Joseph Parker was either going to fight, I wouldn't say Meehan, but I thought they were going to have him fight Tua just because David Tua lives in New Zealand. And I thought they would try to get Tua out of retirement. He did fight in 2013, lost a decision, but I thought they'll try to find a way to offer him enough money to fight Joseph Parker in New Zealand since he lives there. Parker fights in New Zealand. Burger King's behind him in New Zealand. Like, I just thought that he would fight Tua, but no, he fought Meehan, another old guy. So, I don't know, y'all. Like, I could see Parker versus Tua. I could see them getting him out of retirement. You know, it wasn't like Tua was the type of guy that took a whole bunch of punishment in his career. You know, he wasn't a guy that was getting knocked out or anything. So, I don't know, man. I hope they don't offer Tua no money to fight Parker. I'm not saying they are, but just that idea of, you know, him fighting Tua in New Zealand, I could just see the money sign, you know, just the money involved in a fight like that. But, you know, I'm looking for Parker to step up. You know, he's shown me that he can beat the Sherman Williams of the world, the Brian Mintos, and the, you know, 2013 version of France Botha, and Boy Tapua was supposed to test his chin. We know Boy Tapua had some decent performances, even though he lost to a guy like Brian Jennings. You know, once Parker cracked him on the chin, it was all over with. So right now, Parker's enjoying, you know, as I say, the term I like to use, fighting downhill. He hasn't really had to worry about anything coming back. Tapua was supposed to be that fight where he was at least supposed to worry about something coming back, some hard shots, and it wasn't there. And when I say that, I mean, I understand the fact that guys are swinging back at him, but I mean something really, I'm talking about him really having concern about something coming back at him. He hasn't really had that concern. Guys are either too slow, the reach isn't there, the speed event, you know, the speed advantage for Parker is very high in his fights. But right now he looks the part. You know, he looks the part. Still want to see more of him. You know, I'm not ready to anoint him, you know, the next best thing or anything like that, but looks like a good contender coming up. I want to see more of him. I know if he already had a fight scheduled for December, I know it's going to be a tune-up, stay busy type of fight. But the middle 2016, I'd like to see him over here in America, or I would like to see him fight somebody at least within the WBO's top 15. You know, but I don't expect to see him take on Anthony Joshua soon, or Charles Martin. But by the middle of next year, I would like to see him fight somebody at least within the WBO's top 15. YTBC, I'm out.